One time.
Well, I have a question for both of you. So, Chloe, we're bringing you back into the conversation. Colorado has taken on so many cannabis issues, you know, after legalization. We've talked a lot about social use on this show. We talked about pesticides, banking, some very serious issues, some not so serious issues, but still important. And I want to know each of your guys' opinion on what is that next issue that we're going to be taking on in marijuana. Bryan, let's start with you. Okay. You know, what marijuana debates need to happen next? We've already talked about, you know, smoking pot in public. Should that be allowed? Should bars and art gallery owners be able to decide that for their own? So what else are you passionate about that you'd like to see get some face time?
I think you hit the nail on the head with the public usage. I mean, that's in Colorado, it's such a big debacle on 420, people getting busted and shutting down these supposedly legal operations, and it was kind of a joke, you know, and it's like, well, if we jump through the hoops and make it legal, then let's put it in fifth gear and go with it, you know, and really kind of work on how that looks as a business model for, you know, bars, restaurants, or smoke shops, or
sure,
you know.
And so, since you bring it up, what model do you think makes sense? Do you like this proposed initiative that might be put to Denver voters that would be a kind of all-encompassing approach, or do you like the scaled-back idea of cannabis-only clubs that wouldn't serve alcohol but could serve food and those kinds of things?
I'm back in the cannabis-only aspect of it.
Oh, you are?
Because,
okay.
you know, that's my opinion, because I could see some amateur hour young kids that just turned 21 like, oh my gosh, just Jaeger bomb, bong hit, you know, and it's like, you do 5 of those in a row and they're done, you know, and I think it's kind of, you know, I'd rather be like, okay, let's smoke over here, get something in us, and then walk down the street and go to a different place and just kind of mix it up a little.
Interesting.
That's my take on it, just because I've seen Lodo at 3 in the morning. And you couple that with the bunch of those individuals, now they're baked, and it's like, oh my gosh.
But the baked individuals will probably not be awake at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, you got a point there.
First-hand experience. Chloe, what issue would you like to see get some attention now that we've tackled some of these other concerns?
I think that, you know, the public smoking and the consumer issue is so huge. But, you know, do you like people blowing cigarettes in your face? And this is where I really started to listen, is when people compared it to cigarettes. And I actually smoked for a long time cigarettes.
Sure.
And, you know, it's with all the indoor and outdoor air laws, it's like, do we go to vape pens? And when you have states like New York and places that are banning smokable marijuana and going for just the vaping and, you know, doing basically extractions, I do see that as the future of the industry. So I think that it, you know, right now it's how do we produce the best and safest extractions and write those laws and make them national to where we also match that to consumer safety. And I think,
sure,
you know, I don't want to throw the alcohol out immediately because we've been having so much fun for years, and, you know, we should be able to do both. We do them at concerts already, you know, but I understand there are going to be a lot more casualties.
Wait a minute, Chloe, you do both at concerts? You smoke weed and drink beer at concerts?
I do, you know.
Well, it is interesting, and it's going to be fascinating to see if this initiative makes the ballot in Denver in November.